So at this point in the Unit 3 example question set, we've got questions 21 through 23, and they all deal with complex number operations. I think we have one addition, one subtraction, and one multiplication. I think you guys are going to like these. Let's just walk through them. Once again, like with question 17 earlier, where we were adding polynomials, we are adding two complex terms. And because it's addition, I can just drop the parentheses, no big deal. It doesn't change anything. And then I can put stuff that's the same together. So I got 5 and 8, so 5 plus 8. And I've got negative 6i and negative 10i. So I got stuff that's the same. The real parts are the same. The imaginary parts are the same. 5 plus 8 is 13. Negative 6i minus 10i is negative 16i. No big deal. I'm going to do the number 22 with the subtraction. Similarly, I will drop the parentheses. Please note, though, when I drop the parentheses around 16 minus 4i, I will change both signs. Positive 16 will become minus 16, and minus 4i will become plus 4i. From here, I can just put the real parts together. That's 8 and negative 16. And I can put the imaginary parts together. That's 2i and 4i. 8 minus 16 is negative 8. 2i plus 4i is 6i, and I'm done. Now let's look at the multiplication one. This is the one that's most interesting, I think. If you look up here, we've got, let me give myself a little space here. So we've got 1 minus 5i times negative 3 minus 5i. And much like our polynomial multiplication, we need to use the box method. So actually I will, I'm going to go over here and make a box. I've got 2 terms here and 2 terms here. So I will use a 2-term by 2-term box. We got 1 and negative 5i. And then on top I'll put negative 3 and negative 5i. And then we can start multiplying. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 1 times 5i is 5i. Negative 5i times negative 3 is positive 15i. And negative 5i times negative 5i is positive 25i squared. Cool. So what I have here are, if I write out the terms, negative 3 plus 5i plus 15i plus 25i squared. And I know many of you are already going, hey, you can put the 5i and the 15i together. You're right. And that gives me negative 3 plus 20i plus 25i squared. Now, if this was a polynomial, you'd be done, because those wouldn't be i's, those would be x's. You wouldn't be able to substitute anything in, and you'd be done. The thing is, with complex numbers, you will always start with binomials and end with binomials, and this is not a binomial. And we have to remember one very important fact. Remember that I squared equals negative 1. That's very important. That means this I squared right there can be replaced with a negative 1. That gives me negative 3 plus 20i plus 25 times negative 1. And 25 times negative 1 is negative 25. So I got negative 3 plus 20i minus 25. And after doing all of that, that shows me that I have two constants, the negative 3 and the negative 25, that can be combined. So negative 3 and negative 25 is negative 28, and then I've got plus 20i. Please don't forget that last part. It's very, very, very important, and it's where people make the most mistakes.